Hi everyone. Okay, so we're trying to figure out who to text back. We have two different guys texting us. Guy number one said, "Good morning, beautiful. I hope you have an amazing day today." I love him. I like him. We like him. We like him. Throat's a little dry. So we don't like him. You shut the fuck up. Don't listen to her, okay? She just confuses everyone. I don't know why the keep inviting her to these meetings. We like him. He's good for us. We like him. Well, who's guy number two? Okay, so guy number two finally texted us back after leaving us on red for 3 days. And he said, "Yo, let me slide tonight." I love him too. That one. I want that one. Okay, let's do this. We'll text back both. But the guy who left us on red for 3 days, what time did he text us? 9:45. Okay, leave him on red for 15 minutes and then text him back.
The brain.
That'll show him. Oh, that's good. I like that. All right, I'm gonna head out. Is it me or do...
Wait, hold on. Big brain play. Big brain play. Yo, the idea of... Number one, fathers, please stay in y'all daughters' lives. please, as much as what you can. And I know a lot of times it's of no fault of your own, of why it's being made so difficult that you cannot be within their lives. But that's what I see. I see those that continue to go after the dudes that are not the good men as simply a adaptation for a broken home, one of which they did not receive the love, attention, support, and affection from their father, then build healthy bonds with the opposite sex. When I see topics like this, I either think A, it's a learned behavior, B, it's a component of nature, or C, just what I was just explaining, and it's an adaptation of something lacking within their lives. And for all of the dudes that are attempting to continue to seek out non-healed women, there's nothing you can do to save them.
By now, I'm pretty sure we've all seen the 97% of women will be sexually assaulted in their lifetime videos. Whether that statistic is true or not, we will disregard for the purpose of this video. Let's assume it's true. When men say not all men are, I don't think they're trying to disregard the issue that is clearly at hand. I think men just don't want to be classified as who are genuinely good men.
Right.
Nor should we be classifying all men as or most men as or enough men as. We need to be standing with men against not against men because of. We're creating division right now. This is ridiculous. We need to stand together, not tear ourselves apart.
Shout out to these ladies. And here's the thing. Not most women believe this shit. It's a certain subset of women that scream the loudest. But the loudest have to have criticism placed up against them. Okay. I know a big thing that was going on a couple of years ago was this R culture thing, as if to denote that there's a culture of R that's going on, as if not to say that no one agrees with R. No one agrees with R-ing people. No one agrees with that shit. It's not a culture of men are just like, it's high-fiving and slapping each other. Like, oh yeah, we're all gonna go out in R tonight because it's a part of our culture. That's not a thing. That just doesn't exist. No one agrees with that shit that happens. If it does occur, that person should be thrown up under the jail, right? If proven in a court of law, if that person doesn't agree and she does think that this happened or he thinks that this does happen, they should be thrown up under the jail if found guilty. But it's not a culture that puts it on a pedestal as if it exists here. Now, there's places in the world where it is a part of their culture.
Let me guess. Your ex pays you child support. Here's the thing. My video was about equality, and you're saying that men and women should be equally responsible for their child, right? And pay equally. Except that's not how it works. And that's what I'm talking about.
Child support isn't for the man/woman. It's for the child. I agree with that. Both parents are responsible to equally provide unless one parent is absent. I agree with that as well. But I think where she's going is that that's not what actually happens in real life. But let's keep going.
I'm talking about the fact that men get screwed over in family court due to higher child support amounts because the mom claims, and I say claims, and you're a realtor, you should know, commission, you know. They claim they don't make as much money so that his child support amount goes up. So she claims to make $2,000 a month. He makes $5,000 a month for real, you know, because he doesn't lie. And the child support office goes, well, let's put those two incomes, and since he makes more than she does, he can pay more. That's not equal.
Yeah.
How is that fair?
Yeah.
Why is it dad's responsibility to pay her more simply because she doesn't make as much money as he does?
Guys, I got a friend in my life that I wanted to bring on, and I think he's down to come. It's just it's gotta be some time from the divorce that he's currently going through. And he talks about this exact same shit. And he calls me, he's a grown ass man. I mean, he's got adult sons and adult daughters. And he calls me and he watches my channel, I think, to get some reprieve, but then also he calls me and we have these discussions, and man, he talks about this exact thing, how unfair he is being treated. How simply unjust and unfair he is being treated in these family court systems, and he can't do anything but just call people and complain about it because the judge don't want to hear him. His wife is being ultra vindictive right now, right? Claiming that she makes a certain amount of money, and making decisions to place herself in an unwell position so that he can be paying more money, like choosing to live with certain people and then claiming that she did. Meanwhile, she's a six-figure earner. Yeah, it's some real sick, twisted shit. The discrepancy of what they are paying for almost adult children that she could take care of her goddamn self is absolutely ridiculous because of what she is claiming. The thing is like so often I get so many detractors on the channel that talk about, what's your issue with marriage? And I don't have an issue with it. I just want men to critically think about their decision to sign name on dotted line before they actually do. Because it's really not being scared of marriage, it's being scared of divorce. And to know that it can happen, within my life and people around me, to upstanding members of the society who, led with these blue pill ideals, but really didn't understand what they were getting themselves into. For all my young G's out there that are currently in the marriage process, get a prenup, get a prenup, get a prenup, please. Sign a departure agreement before you actually sign on the dotted line, okay? Protect yourselves. Let's keep going.
And let's flip the script a little bit. Say they have 50-50 custody. He has the child for 2 weeks of the month. She has the child for 2 weeks of the month. What happens then? Do you think child support should be zero? No, unfortunately, that's not the case. If she, again, claims that she doesn't make as much money as he does, he's still forced to pay that fucking bitch money.
Yeah.
Why? He's still incurring the same expenses as she is for 2 weeks of the month of the child. But it's only because she doesn't make as much money that he does. So he has to pay her. Let's keep talking about equality, huh?
Was it really that small, though? Was it really? Because, was he packing a Tic Tac or were you packing a hallway? It's all about body positivity until it's somebody else's body, isn't it? Hate to break it to you, sweetheart. A man can't change the size of his peen, but you can change whether or not you got a hallway or a mouse hole. And
yes,
even a Tic Tac can do enough damage if you throw it fast enough. It's starting to look like you and a tampon got a lot of things in common, specifically the area in which they're stuck up. Maybe if you had some self-respect, you would have acknowledged the fact that you shouldn't have gotten with somebody if you didn't think that it was going to actually do anything for you. Because, in all reality, it's not his fault that when you walk down the street it claps. It's not his fault we can hear it whistling every time the daggone wind blows. And just because you're working with the Suez Canal does not mean that he's working with a rowboat. So maybe next time before you decide to put down a man for the size of his peen, you'll remember that size is a relative thing. And it's not always the fact that a Tic Tac's getting thrown down the hallway. Sometimes it's just the fact that it's a hallway and not a mouse hole. Even a 747 tends to look small when it's going through the freaking Grand Canyon there, sweetheart. I'd tell you to go screw yourself, but you'd probably be just as disappointed as he was.
Yeah, let me address this real quick as well, yo. Okay, we talk about syndicated media and what has been pushed like this. Even on daytime talk shows, the concept of, does size really matter? It comes up so often because obviously it's dedicated towards women. So it's created this space where they can just talk about these things and not even have empathy when they think about body positivity. Body positivity is damn near just a woman exclusive term nowadays. But what doesn't get a lot of credence is that it's not just up to the men. Shit, from my perspective, I've gone into some innards that weren't viscous. No matter what you did, wasn't viscous. It was just of concrete origin. A lot of that has to do with their genetics. Also, too, I've been with smaller women that got never-ending viscous innards. You can't get to the end of it. And I've had even taller women that have little. It's like you punching the end of the cervix at the end of every stroke. You know what I'm saying? And it comes from a genetic perspective. So just as dudes have genetic predispositions from a genitalia perspective that are valuable or would adversely affect them in a sexual relationship or dynamic, women got the same exact goddamn shit. Maybe that's what I should start next, okay? Instead of talking about, does size matter? Does the viscous of the innards matter? Does the depth of the innards matter? Have a whole series about that shit, okay? But then when we'll come next, oh, he's misogynistic. When y'all have these conversations about us, is that misandrous? Tighten up.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.